Welcome to Cindy's Creative Inspirations. This video will feature the envelope punch board by We Are Memory Keepers. While this new tool has been by far the most frustrating and hardest product for me as a retailer in my 9 years to get my hands on and deliver to my customers, this product is well worth the wait in my opinion. I'm still not sure it was worth all the nasty emails I received from the upset customers waiting over 5 months, but I'm hoping once they see this video and now that they have received their envelope punch board and are using this new tool that they will be in love with it as much as I am. Let me show you how easy it is to make over 60 sizes of envelopes with this envelope punch board. Here are just a few examples from the very smallest to the very largest that the board can help you create. The board measures 10.5 by 7.5 and it features a screen printed measuring guide in inches right on the tool, as well as detailed instructions. An optional sticker for your centimeters is included as well. I love the hideaway scoring tool on the side here. And at the top there is a reverse punch. So this will punch your envelope and this will punch all of your edges of your envelope here. It also doubles as a corner rounder. So now I can get rid of my corner rounder and use this tool to round my photo corners as well as the edges of my envelope. So I'm going to demo envelopes for A2, a 6x6, and a 5x7. Which are actually the 3 cards that I need envelopes for the most. So we're going to start with a 6x6 envelope. You can see that this 6x6 envelope holds a 6x6 card perfectly, and I have chosen double-sided cardstock. So the first step is to find your card size on your punch board, and we're going to do 6x6 here, which means we need to paper size or to trim our paper to 9.5 by 9.5, and then our score line is at 4 3/4. So the first step is to cut our paper to 9.5 by 9.5. Make sure that your cuts are exact or your envelope will not turn out correctly. So you align your left edge up to the 4 3/4 score line and you're going to punch. And then taking your tool and starting inside here, you're going to score down the score line that is on the board. Then you're going to place this into your envelope punch board, and you only have to use the initial measurement once over here. Once you've done the initial score and punch, then you simply rotate your paper counterclockwise or 90 degrees. And then place this little point right in the center of your previous score line. Then you're going to punch and score, rotating again and doing the same thing until you've done all 4 sides. Now what we want to do is we want to round the corners on our envelope. So we're going to place it in the back. And we're going to round all 4 corners. And then you just turn, and you can do it either side because I've chose the double-sided, and use your bone folder and fold your envelope. And that will give you your perfect 6x6 envelope. Add your favorite adhesive and it completes your envelope. So now let's do an A2 or the most popular card size envelope. And in working with this punch board, I have found a fix here. The measurement on the board says to cut your paper to 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 and to score at 3 3/4. What I found in doing this is that it gives me a lot of extra room at the top and makes it very tight across here to get a card with any kind of an embellishment in or out. So what I have found is if you cut it at 8 by 8 and score at 3.5, it is the same size as the envelopes that I normally purchase, and it fits your decorated cards much better, and it only gives you a little area here, and you have more room across here to be able to fit your card. So let me create one so I can show you how that will work and what the difference is. So this is an 8x8 piece of paper, and we are now going to score it at 3.5. And do not score too deeply or you'll score right through your cardstock. And then when you're finished, we're going to turn it over. Now this one, you'll notice I did not finish or round the corners, and you have that option as well. If you do not round them, one of the other things that I found is if you take the board and you lay this on here kind of as a guide, you can score this and fold this in. And that way, when you glue this together, it gives you a finished edge here like this. So you can either round it or you can leave it, and I'm going to leave it for this one. And then again, you'll notice that the card fits in here much better. You have more room here and less room here than the initial card and score information that they give you on the original one. It's a tighter fit, and again, you have a lot of extra room here. So you're going to cut 8x8 and score at 3.5 for your A2 envelopes. So now for the 5x7 card. This is the 5x7, and I've used just the single-sided paper and placed that on the inside here. One of the neat things that I also found that I love to do is I use the detail scallop card creator die for my card. And then I was able to cut out the smaller one and place it on the front here so I can actually write my address right on here that I'm sending to. And that even gives it added beauty to the card. So now for this one, we want another 9.5 by 9.5 piece of paper. And this again is for your 5x7 card creator cards or any 5x7 card that you would create. But this works perfectly with Spellbinder's 5x7 card creator dies. And for this one, we are going to score at 4 inches. So we're going to punch and score at 4 inches. And the reason I want to show you a larger one is because they should have made this board just a little bit longer, because what happens is when you get ready to score, you actually run out of scoreboard. So I wanted to show you a larger card so you could see what you do at that point. So we're going to punch, and then we're going to score as far as we can, and then we're going to run out of board. So you don't want to run off the edge. So what I do is I take this off my board and I fold it using my bone folder. I just gently follow the score line down. And then that gives me the line to be able to put in here to do my next punch and score. Now this one, you don't run off the board, but the next one you will again, so. And then we're going to score, and we're going to score as far as we can. And we're going to take it off the board, and we're going to fold it. And then that finishes our 5x7 card, envelope, except for the rounding of the corners. And then we can fold all of our edges in. And again, we can do the same thing with this little flap here. And score this. And that way, it just finishes off the edge. And of course, you could fold it either way. You could fold it this way out, or you could fold the white. And you could just put a label if you decided to do the coffee one. The coffee side out. And then that finishes your 5x7 card. The envelope punch board is sure to be one of my go-to favorites as I match all of my envelopes to my cards. Happy creating! Thanks for watching. All of the items found in this video can be found on StampingScrapping.com.